enraged. Somebody should save us of this embarrassment. This is not a situation that can be cured by Femi Gbajabiamila.
Every quarter, when in 3 years you have about 10 reforms under your belt.
I will start from the beginning. I will start from the genesis of that agency. Who created it? How did it come about?
In your second term, I believe that Nigerians will begin to understand.
By now, the chief of staff to the president ought to have been sacked, and sacked immediately, so that at least by every means possible, investigation will be carried out without any semblance of bias.
They want us divided.
Your national security agencies fail, DSS, NSA fail at the same time, and then you want Nigerians to believe that one man should now be used as a scapegoat. He should be arrested and tried. These guys, who do they think that we are?
We will not surrender to their whims and crises.
For anybody to make these claims, it shows the level of disdain, it shows the level of disrespect that this government has for Nigeria. But let us assume for a second.
We live in an era where misinformation can travel faster than the facts.
We are witnessing the institutional destruction of our country before our very eyes.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News Gist and Blog. There is serious issue. When I mean serious issue, but most people will not see it from the angle I'm going to read this news from. But there is a serious problem that is looming in Nigeria. It doesn't have to do with insecurity or people dying and everything, but it has to do with serious presidential fraud. FG, the federal government looting the resources of Nigeria by creating a ghost company. And this company, everybody have been asking, who owns it? How did this come to be? Now, I want you guys to watch this particular video. We'll be right back.
Should we have a line between loyalty and patriotism in the discharge of your responsibilities? It is said that birds of the same feather flock together. A Tinubu that I know cannot employ somebody who is too decent. It can never happen. Look at all the people around him, all the so-called loyalists. Ensu Oluomo included, Ensu Oluomo, who flagrantly defied the court order. An appeal court order, judgment against him. And he told her that until Tinubu tells him he will not obey that court order. And Tinubu had it and kept quiet. That will tell you the person of Tinubu. Seriously. Because people keep telling us that you don't like Tinubu, you don't like APC. What is that thing that I should like about him? Look at what is going on here. By now, Femi should have been in the custody answering questions. But
most of these allegations,
sorry?
Most of the allegations were leveled against him before the president came into office. Why didn't we see trial go on? Should we be holding the president accountable for that now?
Somebody was behind him. And even as of today, somebody is still behind him. That's why those things never saw the light of
the only allegation that saw trial was in the United States. What does it say about our own agencies here? Talking about the EFCC, ICPC, and the rest of them.
Moses, the same way Ensu Oluomo is disobeying court order. Who is behind him? No, tell me. Is he doing it on his own? Somebody who has been behind him all along. And so I don't think EFCC cannot even call him.
Is it about somebody being behind him, or is it about weak institutions? Well, because like Moses just pointed out, all of these things even happened. Some of these allegations happened before Tinubu became the president. Why was he not tried then? Was it Tinubu that was also behind all of those when he was, angling to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives?
Yes.
Tinubu was the one behind all of that.
Yes. He was the one that made sure that he became the Speaker. He was the one. Seriously, he was the one. He was being positioned for that office. That is the truth. So, the institution you are talking about, is it not a human being that creates those institutions? Is it not a human being that makes the institution strong? It is a human being. Every institution is controlled by a human being. Institutions do not control themselves. So, if you have made it impossible for the institution to be, then whom are you blaming?
In case you don't understand what is going on, the chief of staff to the president, Femi Gbajabiamila, according to the information, they said he created an unknown existing company, which is a ghost company, and this company have a resources which is over billions that they have been siphoning money laundering in Nigeria. And they even have an account with the Nigeria Central Bank. They have domiciliary account, and they have been operating with the knowledge, according to the federal government. And the federal government, which is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, disassociates himself from that agency. But what we expect, if you disassociate yourself, then you agree that this thing is fraud, then you have to sack the person and arrest and do investigation. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not doing none of that. We will talk about what is a reaction towards this thing that is looming in Nigeria. I want you guys to watch on how Arise TV News dealt with this whole case. We'll be right back.
This is a matter of grave public concern, a matter of public interest, a matter that Nigerians will have to express their views and reach a decision on their own conclusion. So it is good that this has come to public light. We cannot say, let's just limit it to the courts. The issues that have been raised are issues that underscores the rot in our country. It is rather baffling that this government would claim that it has a ghost agency. Right? I want us to frame the issues correctly. The SGF, the federal government, or presidency in quotes, and I will get to this terminology, presidency, so we can interrogate what exactly it means in this context. The federal government, the Bola Tinubu-led administration, is saying that this government has a ghost agency because the government has to own this agency. The ownership of this agency has been established. It is disrespectful. It is nonsensical. It is ridiculous. It is preposterous for anybody to say, to tell Nigerians that a ghost agency was given accommodation at the Federal Secretariat by no less a person than the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. A ghost agency, a fictitious agency, was able to open an account with the CBN. Madam Ruth, maintaining account with the Central Bank of Nigeria is not a trivial issue. It is not like one of the fintech banks that you can simply use your mobile phone while this interview is going on and open an account with a code. It is not even like a commercial bank, a regular commercial bank that you can walk into and fill a form and open an account. No. I, that is talking to you, I cannot maintain an account with CBN. Arise TV cannot maintain an account with CBN. CBN is the banker of the country. CBN only houses funds belonging principally to government. Majorly the federal government, the federating units, the states, and so on. So for anybody to say that a fictitious agency headed by a fictitious Director General, Prince Adeyemi, as they claim, was able to open an account with the CBN, and that account presumably is operational, meaning there could have been deposits and withdrawals without it being detected. For anybody to tell Nigerians that the budget of a country, appropriation law, don't forget, because we keep using the language budget. Constitutionally, budget is a law. That is why it goes through the legislative process. It has to be passed by both chambers of the National Assembly, the Senate and the House of Reps. There has to be committee hearings, what is called budget defense. The appropriation bill will be scrutinized, public hearing will be held for these agencies to defend provisions made. Each of the ministries will have to defend their budgetary allocations. It will then go to the president for assent after it has been passed. So there's supposed to be intense legislative and executive scrutiny. So for them to tell Nigerians that funds were budgeted, appropriated for a ghost agency, and that this ghost agency, Prince Adeyemi, who is heading it, as they claim, was able to pay courtesy visits to key officials of this government. For anybody to make these claims, it shows the level of disdain, it shows the level of disrespect that this government has for Nigeria. But let us assume for a second that there is some modicum of veracity, truth to what they are saying.
He created PFIPC company, and they have been using this particular company to loot Nigeria resources. Just be like somebody just get company, we know they exist, but you will hear they collected billions upon billions as if they are funding this company or this company is doing something. Now, so far, before we make this particular video, they are alleging that 27,390,530,000 so far have went through this ghost company and disappeared to nowhere. I also want you guys to listen to this particular different session on Arise TV News on how these people were debating why is this person still working freely? Why did Bola Ahmed Tinubu not crucify and arrest him the way you use DSS to oppress other Nigerians? I want you guys to listen to what they said. We'll be right back.
So it's a normal thing that may have been going on, but this time around there is need for serious accountability. Because, and this accountability should be demanded on behalf of the people by the National Assembly, even though the National Assembly in itself is culpable for this kind of strange negligence. One would have expected that what is happening to the appropriation committees of the House of Representatives and the Senate at this time, they should be enraged. Somebody should save us of this embarrassment. This is not a situation that can be cured by lame and
and telling Nigerians and telling the public
statements
to
from
disregard.
the presidency. The man issues a press statement, then Onanuga issues another press statement. This is not the matter.
Right.
We are witnessing the institutional destruction of our country before our very eyes. And what the presidency thinks it should do is to now find one form of solidarity around Femi Gbajabiamila. That's not what we need. This country doesn't belong to those who govern it. It belongs to all of us. So, and in that case, we must, and again, I get very disappointed when civil society keeps quiet. Imagine if this was a better a scandal. What will happen to the woman by now? And then, so why do we have this sort of, camaraderie among those in the presidency at this time?
You think?
Hold
on. Let me take you up on that. You think CSOs are cherry picking on which fights to fight?
Look, it's not about CSOs.
Is it not too early for that kind of indictment?
This is a huge intelligence failure at the national scale. Who is protecting the president? Look, look at Abdul Karim's report that was, which indicated and suggested an independent investigation. Did the president need to be told about that? Because if there was, and indeed, I hope there would be an independent report, and it seems as if the president tolerated this. Don't you know that it's an impeachable offense? The president can be impeached because of what has happened.
Is there a strong possibility that the president may not have known that this is going on around
the
him?
Complicity, that it will be against the president if we didn't have a compromising National Assembly that does paddy in quote relationship with the executive, is to simply query the president. Because the embarrassment is too much. How did your intelligence, network fail that much? How did your public service arrangement fail to this extent? All of these men, chief of staff, SGF, CBN governor, all of them fail. At the same time. Even your national security agencies fail, DSS, NSA fail at the same time, and then you want Nigerians to believe that one man should now be used as a scapegoat. He should be arrested and tried. These guys, who do they think that we are?
Now you're listening to what he said. You're listening that he's complaining about accountability. When it comes to accountability, I'm just asking one question now. Is it the Nigerian senators who is under Akpabio? The same senators that the Nigerians are complaining about appointing their family, their children in NNPC. The same Nigerian Senate, those ones that are very well compromised. The only time you ever hear them being active is when they want to approve loan for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And those ones you are saying, Nigeria lack accountability. Under this current president, the Senate are not functioning. You can even see the fraction between Akpabio and Adam Soshomole. Now, let's go back to VOP TV. I want you guys to listen to what Barrister Daliti said. We'll be right back.
As a lawyer, tell us, if you are given this case to handle, what will be your next step of action? What will you do?
I will start from the beginning. I will start from the genesis of that agency. Who created it? How did it come about? That is where the problem started. This other thing you are talking about now, they are secondary. The agency that was in our budget, how did it come to that place that Femi had to denounce it and deny it? And so how did it come into our national budget? Who put it there? Who created it?
No, if that agency did not exist, do you think that the National Assembly will make appropriation for it?
Oh God. From the facts available to you and I now, and from what Femi said, that the agency does not exist. So how come it was captured in our national budget?
That's the question we're asking.
So that will tell you that is where I will start. You ask me how will I do it, so that I will not know who is culpable here. Yes, I will start from there. Who put this agency in our national budget? Who is that person? From there, you don't know who is guilty here.
How much responsibility should the National Assembly take?
Do you have one?
Don't we?
Oh, you have, Abi?
We have
a
National
Assembly that told you that whatever the president brings, they will stamp it. Without even reading it, they will just stamp it and say, go take it back to the president. Is that not what Agbabio told us?
Okay, so these two came from the president?
Of course. When Agbabio was appointed from the villa, what were you thinking? Did Agbabio even win the election? No, tell me. How did Agbabio become your Senate president? You cannot start from there, Abi.
Well, he was declared the winner by
No, he was not.
Let's go by
the two professors that enabled his victim. They are serving jail time now. One of them is in fact, the other one is not serving. Two of them. What does that tell you?
Now you listen to what he said. Now in the different interview with the Arise TV News, I want you guys to listen to the debates that these people were having on how they also talk about this thing. And this thing for me is supposed to be a national issue by now, but unfortunately, Nigeria seems not to be very much concerned about things that is destroying their country. And I want you guys to watch this video. We'll be right back.
An unreasonable situation. So it just tells that it seems like Nigeria is running an Oluwale system of government.
What does that mean?
You know, it's a Yahoo system of government. Because if not, the chief of staff to the president has been linked to this. And over how many days, weeks, and all of that, because this didn't just start now. As far back as October, this case had been in the public domain. And the chief of staff was said to have written to exonerate himself and all of that story and all that. And he's still sitting in there up till now. So first, the position of my party, the NDC, is that by now, the chief of staff to the president ought to have been sacked, and sacked immediately, so that at least by every means possible, investigation will be carried out without any semblance of bias. So it's just unfortunate that we have gotten ourselves here, Charles. I made a movie that gave me the first armor in 2005, titled The Mayors. It was about scenarios like this where people feigned or claimed to be government officials, and from such office, you know, extort foreigners and all of that in the name of having access to the powers that be. The movie is just about playing out again. It's just like in the movies. It's sad, and I expected the president by now to have taken a firm position to, at least if you say you're fighting corruption and this one is closer home, your chief of staff is directly linked to this. This person has office in the federal secretariat and has been functioning for a while now. And somebody is trying to say, oh, it's a fake agency. How is that? If it's a fake agency, are we running a fake government? These are issues that, you know, we now need to interrogate seriously, because honestly, this does not speak well for our country. It just exposes how the APC government led by Tinubu is all about how that they can milk the system and not, you know, promote the common interest that they ought to be promoting sincerely.
Right. Okay.
So well, it's unfortunate that we found ourselves here.
Yeah. Now, this is the moment we have been waiting for. You listen to everybody debate their concern about this ghost company, about the 27,395 million that have been siphoned through this company by the chief of staff to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But why you might think that the president must have been doing investigation now, thinking of how to deal with this guy, using him to set an example. Now, I want you guys to watch this particular video on how the said Femi Gbajabiamila praising Bola Ahmed Tinubu, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh Bola Tinubu, oh yeah. Oh. I want you guys to watch this video.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and your very lovely First Lady, our mother of the nation. Permit me to stand on protocol as already established. Let me confess that I was not expected to speak here today, as my work, the very nature of my job, most of my work is done behind closed doors. But I must say, I am delighted, nonetheless, that I've been given an opportunity to celebrate with the press corps and to celebrate with Mr. President. I must say this though, and I hope it's taken in good spirit, because from my understanding, press corps dinners, as we have seen all over the world, are meant to be occasions that are not taken too serious. There are lots of banters, lots of jokes, and nobody takes anyone serious. And it is in that regard that I must confess, Mr. President, but it is clear that it is a man of purpose, a man who has served the press corps diligently, a man who takes his work passionately. And if it were in my power, which it isn't, this is the first time we'll have, perhaps, maybe change your constitution and have a legitimate third-term agenda. You will continue to come first, Mr. President. Your achievements speak volumes beyond imagination. Many of us have followed you for years, but will continue to follow you. In your second term, I believe that Nigerians will begin to understand. During campaigns 3-4 years ago, we said there was a president for every time.
When he gave this remarkable speech to praise Bola Tinubu and he said all these kind of things, now Bola Tinubu stepped on the podium. We were waiting for him to say some crucial thing. He said, the journalist is trying to divide us. They are trying to scatter APC. Nigerians don't allow the journalists to destroy this country. Even if Femi stole money, steal everything, embezzle money, create ghost account, not consign me, not let them destroy this country. We are going to win 2027. I want you guys to listen to what he said.
They want us divided. They want you and I to be afraid of one another. We will not surrender to their whims and crises.
Now, that's one way to welcome the press corps. For one evening, the microphones were lowered, the notebooks stayed closed, and the journalist who usually covers the presidency becomes the president's dinner guest. Then the conversation turned to journalism itself, or the perception of what it ought to be.
I ask the media to always do its own work. You must do your own work. Provide context and help citizens understand not just what has changed, but to where we are headed. We live in an era where misinformation can travel faster than the facts. The media must choose fact over falsehood, substance over sensation.
The president described the media as democracy's watchdog, but said rights come with responsibilities, recalling two very different headlines about his administration on consecutive days. He questions whether enough context sometimes make it into the story.
The media must resist the temptation of becoming megaphones for terrorists and kidnappers. We must protect our nation. Tonight, we gather not as adversaries, but as partners in the service of our democracy and our people. Yes, there is often tension between the government and the press.
And with Nigeria still confronting insecurity, he warns against becoming what he calls megaphones for terrorists.
That we must not undermine our country with irresponsible reporting. We will have no such space left if we did.
Listen to your president. God. The only time you see this man talking is as if he's not talking. Because it makes more sense when he's not talking. Because in the said video, he also said, my wife, the first lady, Iya Okara. I don't know. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Because Nigerians are not concerned about this now. Because everybody should be calling out that this man should resign. Tinubu sack him. Tinubu is corrupt. Tinubu is corrupt. Sack him. So that Tinubu will have no other option than to tell him to. He will not, even if you resign him, now we appoint him in another position. Like what this man said, you must be swimming in corruption before you can get any appointment in under Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And if you think I'm wrong, you should point one person out that have this integrity, even if it's 40% integrity, not up to 70. If he did, we say this man under this APC government, he's doing this, he's doing that, and all of you will say Nelson Wike that is building houses for judges, that is helping them to ring election. Oh, Nelson Wike that is appointing his wife as a judge, appointing his wife brother, appointing his wife relative as an annex chairman. What are you going to tell me? And now trying to put his son. No, I just stress. Anyway, I'll be waiting for you guys in the comment section because we know there are people who know how to defend this Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What do you guys think about this PFIPC company, the ghost company? Because APC people know how to defend. Please let us know about this company. Maybe the creator for a specific reason. Well, I feel not see this company now, but in the nearest future, this company, because everything about Bola Ahmed Tinubu is always about the future. What he's doing now, you might not feel the impact. In the future, the company that have been ghosted, that have been eating Nigerian money will not be in the public. So what are your thoughts? I'll be waiting for you guys in the comment section. Peace out.